Hello, welcome back to Mendoza Lab Coding. In this episode, I want to share this simple example that's basically just a kind of like a slight modification of Johnny Gizmo's marshmallow and toothpicks. Okay, so you can see this like it's looking a little bit like bones making up Susan head. And if I zoom closer, so it's not super detailed, but each and every polygon edge is turned into something that's looking a little bit more or less like a bones. Let me save this one. I'll open the Johnny's example, which is marshmallow and stick. That you can download this from GitHub. So with Johnny's example, you can see there's a toothpick, and there's also this kind of like a marshmallow. If you look at the geometry nodes, as you go inside, there's a lot of control on the marshmallow. That's something that you can use as well, maybe to create like a satay or yakitori. But inside it, there's this toothpick. Okay, the toothpick is basically a curve that's been resampled, and then there's this control over kind of like a both side of the radius. Okay, so there's this float curve that you can adjust, and there's all this kind of math that you can play around with. But that's something that you can modify and turn into a bone. So what I did was to grab this part, just copy it, and bring it outside. Well, anyway, I used that to create this Suzanne bones. So for the bone shader itself, I am currently using this color and just modify the value slightly. So we have like darker bones and maybe lighter bones. So that part is simple. I can actually make these bones colorful like that. Okay, we can keep colorful bones. Let's stop that and go to geometry nodes. Okay, this is the kind of like slight modification of the toothpick. So we have this mesh to curve from Suzanne. Okay, when we use mesh to curve, each polygon is becoming just like a normal curve, each polygon edge, and then you can resample it. And once you resample the curve, you can set the curve radius based on this spline parameter. I'm using the vector. So there's a bit of control here from Johnny that you can play around with. You can see you can control the end part of the bones. Okay, there's all this kind of math. You're probably not sure what it is doing, but you can toggle on and off. I think what it does is to create a symmetry. So that's why I can come up with this shape that looks like a bones. This part control the middle part. This is for the bones, I think. Anyway, so we have that kind of shapes, and then I have this multiplier. Then we simply use that as a radius, and then curve to mesh. This is for the final bone, kind of like a final bone shapes. You can perhaps like even randomize this a little bit further. Set position, noise. I do this quite often, but I always repeat it. See, you can make like a crazier looking bones. Okay, it's affecting each and every bones, and it's a little bit strong. scale it down. So yeah, this is more what I was thinking, but anyway, it's a little bit weird now. But bones is not always straight, that's why it's kind of nice to be able to do this. Just add a little bit of noise, so now it's a little bit more realistic. So you can have, I don't know, I just pipe this out, so you can have variations. Susan Boyle. If you've been to the catacomb in Paris, underground Paris secret kind of secret spot for you to hang out, you can see a lot of bones to create, that creates all kind of design. It's a little bit weird. You need to go down and look, you see a lot of like thousands and thousands of human skeleton and bones. Yeah, it's more or less what I'm trying to create here. I think another way, there is actually a way, if you break every part of the polygon curve, you can, and then lengthen the shape, you can kind of overshoot. It's possible to do that, but I can't think of it at the moment. I think you can use the spline length and then just scale the curve. So each and every curve will be kind of overshoot itself, so it's not like just on the edge, not on the points, it's kind of overshoot a little bit, but in this case I think it should be okay. So yeah, that's basically what I want to show you today. Hopefully this is useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.